What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another podcast episode.
Welcome back, you guys. Episode
Chins
14,
Giggles.
bitch.
We always mention, like episode blank.
What's wrong with that, girl?
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. But welcome back to another episode of Chins and Giggles.
Wow.
I got my if you're listening in, I got my protein this morning because I just been eating so bad, dude.
Bitch, same.
Like so bad. I feel like I'm starting to notice the weight gain, bitch.
No.
Like, girl, quit playing, mama. Because I am literally this couch right now.
No, I feel like I'm blowing the fuck up too.
It's so bad. It's so hard.
I'm like, can y'all not watch from YouTube today?
Girl.
Bitch, my hair's a mess.
No, I texted Mayra this morning. She texted me at 10 and she's like, are we supposed to be ready by 12? I'm like, yeah. That's actually like late.
Yeah, we're starting a little late today.
Well, anyways, I was up around like 10 this morning. Mia actually woke up late. She woke up till like freaking 11.
Whoa.
I was like, what is this? Like, she slept in.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll just do my makeup real quick. I got ready so fast. And literally came down here. But I told Mayra, I was like, I literally texted her like at 10. I was like, I'm not gonna get ready. Like, I'm gonna fully come on with no makeup, girl.
Yeah, you said no makeup.
And then once I was up, I was like, I'm literally up already. Like, I'm gonna lay here for like, just lay here and not get ready. Like, I might as well at least put something on. So I just did a quick little glam.
And I thought about it too when you told me. I was like, I'll probably not wear any makeup either. But then I really sat down and thought about how I'm gonna fucking hate how I look. And I was like, shit.
But you know what?
Ready.
I like when we film because I'm forced to get the fuck up and get ready.
It starts your day.
It does start your day. Because I was feeling lazy as fuck this morning. And now I have my protein. I offered Mayra this as well because this is like the premier one. And it tastes like strawberry milk to me.
I don't like protein. I've never liked it. I've never liked protein shakes. Huh? Protein, bitch, what? Protein shakes.
I really like protein shakes.
I don't. I feel like they have a really weird taste to them. So I just have like a cranberry juice right now. Because I had my coffee in the morning, so I don't want to drink coffee again.
No, I didn't have coffee. See, this is like my first thing in the morning. Like, Mayra's having cranberry juice, and I'm thinking like,
this is not what I regularly have, bitch. I had coffee in the morning.
Full coffee. Okay, that's
you know
good.
why I had coffee? Because I started taking my Ovasitol again, girl.
Ovasitol.
Ovasitol, yeah.
Can you explain what Ovasitol is?
Ovasitol, it has inositol.
What is it? Is it like a vitamin, a hormone? What is it?
It's supposed to balance your hormones. And it helps with PCOS.
Is it vitamins?
It helps with egg quality. It helps with, let me pull some facts out,
quality, bitch. Okay,
I need to pull out some facts because, well, anyways, I had to drink coffee with that because you're able to drink it with coffee. So I want to make sure I'm taking it.
Is it like a powder or like a pill form?
It's a powder form.
Okay, I could have sworn Lupita ordered that for me.
You have it in your pantry. I've seen it.
Bitch, I need to start taking it like right now.
Hold on, because I need to like pull up
pull it up because I was actually planning to talk to you guys today about my modern fertility results because I took a fertility test. Mind you, like, I'm working with Modern Fertility, so like it was a sponsor, like it was, but I was really interested in this brand because I'm like, yo, like I've actually always had questions, you know? Yeah. And now I have my answers, bitch, and I'm fucking shocked. So we can talk about that in a little bit, but go off.
Yeah, well, let me just say this. The Ovasitol, it promotes insulin sensitivity, promotes healthy ovarian function and egg quality, supports hormone health. It's independently content certified by NSF International. So this, you take it twice a day. And you remember the last time I started taking it, I tripped out because it stopped my period. And I was like, did this do anything wrong?
It made your period really late, huh?
Yeah. So I thought it was that, which it probably was maybe because it's something new to my body.
No, I was telling you though. Sometimes before it fixes it, like yes. I feel like maybe like it threw it off a little bit, but I feel like if you would have waited just one more month, it would have fixed your next cycle.
You take a scoop in the morning, you take a scoop at night and like your drink. And I would sometimes take it like once a day because it was also something new. I'm like, I don't want to introduce something so fast in my body, so I was like taking it every other day.
So it's twice a day, every day.
Yeah, morning and night.
Fuck, that's a commitment.
It's really not. They actually sell like little packs as well that you could just put in your purse. It doesn't taste like anything, but yeah, I started taking it again yesterday. I did it in the morning, at night, and today this morning. So now I want to be consistent morning and night and do it like right. And even if it stops my period for a little bit, it's supposed to like work like in 90 days. So I'm like,
That's
I need
why.
to.
You were taking it for like a few weeks and you just stopped because you're like, this is messing my period up. And I'm like, girl, maybe before, I feel like it's got to throw off your period a little bit. If this is like so huge to like get your cycle on track and like all that stuff, like it's got to be doing something for it to even like fuck your period up.
And the fact that I wasn't taking it every day, twice a day, that's crazy.
Yeah, like I'm sure if you would have stayed consistent with it, it would have eventually like helped out.
Yeah.
But I think you freaked out. Because I
feel like we're jumping in straight to our topic, but
it is what it is, girl.
we gotta talk about this week, girl, before we jump all the way in, mama.
Okay.
How was your week? Because I know we're getting off track a little bit.
It's okay. I mean, sometimes we have like outlines for this for the episodes, y'all, because we're like, oh, like let's figure out what we're gonna talk about. A lot of times we sit down and we start talking and we go way the fuck off track, which is also fine. Like that's what I like about podcasts, like that you literally could just talk about whatever. But we'll come back to Volatile. We have to come back to it because I'm really interested in it right now that you're.
I wonder. That's why I'm saying like it's a lot to talk about.
She will be.
Let's just hold off on
a big topic today.
Yeah.
But this week was Father's Day.
Yes.
It just passed.
Ooh, Father's Day, mama. How was it? Mia started.
Yeah, what did you guys do after? Because we met up pretty early in the day, all of us, on Father's Day, and we all went out to go to this restaurant. It was actually called Mezcal. I have never been there before. It was like in downtown Riverside. It was pretty good, huh? It was really expensive, the house.
Really expensive, but it was good.
I liked it. It was pretty good. My parents loved it. Like my dad loved it. Raul loved it. So we had that, and then right after, we went to my suegro's house, and then we actually had like an asada at Raul's house right after that. Like his parents' house, and his dad was there, and Raul's dad is like always like working, so it was nice for him to like be there with the family and stuff. It was cool. But after that, did you guys do anything after that? We didn't.
No? We were gonna go to my suegra's, but Brian just wanted to stay home and like watch a movie. I was like, okay, we'll do that. It was nice.
But Mia also started walking on Father's Day, which was crazy. Like she for like over a week she had been like taking like 1 or 2 steps and she would like stop. She would take a few steps and she would stop. Like if we forced her, she would do it here and there, but she wouldn't like aventar herself. And on Father's Day morning, we were literally like taking a shower together. And she was just like walking everywhere, like in the shower. And I would even tell her like, hey, chill. Like that's how I knew I was
scary
like,
in the shower.
Yeah, that's how I knew she was ready. Because I was like, you're literally like walking in the shower. For you to like have the balls to walk in the shower, like she was really like confident that day. And then the whole time, like right after the shower, like I was like trying to change her, and immediately she was like trying to like I think she got excited about knowing that she could like walk. Like she was walking around the whole room like all day. And I was like, oh my god, she's walking. Like she is officially walking today, so which is funny. And not only was it Father's Day, it was exactly at 1 year and 2 months exactly.
Wow.
And like some babies start walking at 9 months. Some babies start walking after 1 year. I didn't know when she was gonna start walking, and like she's like my first, so I don't know when they start walking. But my mom told me, she's like, they usually start walking, and like sometimes they take up to like a year and a couple months. And I was like, okay, so like when's that? And then from one day to another, like literally at exactly a year and 2 months, she starts walking.
Yeah, it usually happens.
And
from one day
people
to
always
another.
ask, like people would been asking for me from the moment she turned 1, like, is she walking yet? Is she walking yet? Is she walking yet? And my DMs, I'm like, why do people like? Well, they want to, obviously, you know, they're just curious too. But yeah. I feel like sometimes people want to like compare, like, wait, why is she not walking? It's like, she just turned 1. Like, I know they all walk at different stages. But
there's different, I feel like there's a rush with like kids like developing in general. Like, girl.
Like, yeah, don't compare
there's no
kids,
rush.
y'all.
Like people be comparing kids. Like, well, my kids started talking at this, or my kids started walking, or like, I feel like every little child has its own journey. Okay.
But yeah, she is walking, so that was exciting. But I want to ask you, how was Father's Day, girl?
It was nice. It was the morning of. He was like a little sad. No, the night before, because I was on my phone and I was like waiting for it to turn 12, and I was like, "Happy Father's Day!"
Oh my god!
He was like, "Yeah, I know,
I know." You know what's crazy? I feel like with grief and like, I've always noticed that it naturally, like everybody always asks the mom like, how are you doing? Like we're always checking up on you.
Yeah.
I'm always like worried about how you're doing. And it's so like, it's one of those things that like you know that you're both going through it, but for some reason everybody always checks on the mom.
Yeah.
And like it's so fucked up, like how sometimes you forget to check on the dad. Like,
yeah.
has he like noticed that too? I'm sure, huh?
I'm sure.
Oh
And
my
like
God, my
I'm a
heart,
lot more
Brian.
expressive with like my emotions, like
Yeah.
especially because like I'm like the one that like picks up the camera and stuff, so I'm like more expressive. But like obviously like Brian, like he's very like you could tell like just by like the way he talks about him, like he like loves him just as much. Obviously, he's
100%.
hurting just as much.
Loves him, yeah.
But obviously, like if I'm like crying almost every day, I'm sure it's hard for him to like break down too, because when he's crying, then I feel like I have to be like strong. And if I'm crying every day, imagine how he feels. Like he has to feel strong.
I was gonna say, I saw a post on that, how like the guy's always like, he's like trying to be strong for her, that sometimes like they can't even like, somebody wants to be strong for, you know, like he's so busy being strong for you that
yeah,
he probably doesn't even have time to like, you know, it's so
I think
sad
that's what
when
happens,
you think about it.
that night, Father's Day, well, that midnight, I was like telling him, I'm like, let it out, like tell him, like, because I'm very like I'm super, everybody like expresses differently. Like I'm very like, when I get to my room, I'm like, hi Papa, like what are you doing, you know, like I'm very like, I'll talk out loud to him. And like I tell Brian, I'm like, talk out loud to him, like if you have to. But like also he's like, I do talk to him in my head. I'm like, okay, well like that probably helps him in his head. So I was telling him, I was like, you know, like that night he was like super sad. I was like, do you want us to like write letters to him? Like,
oh my God.
Like he was like going through it. But I told him, I was like, Briancito's like celebrating you in heaven, and I don't think this is how he wants to celebrate you. Like let it out all right now, but try to have a good day because you deserve to celebrate today. And he did have a good day. It was just that
100%.
night. And then the next day, like it was a little bit off. Like I could feel it. We went to the cemetery. He was like crying and stuff. I mean, we always cry when we go to the cemetery, but
yeah,
it was just different because like also at the cemetery, like there's other people visiting other people, like their family members. And then they're playing music and you get like
people visiting their dad.
Yeah, like I think there was like a family visiting their dad. It was like a lot of people. They were playing like Spanish music. Spanish music hits so hard for me, especially the ones that have to do with like death. And like they were like blasting it, and like every like holiday, like Mother's Day too, they were blasting music like that. I'm assuming like that, you know, mothers they were like visiting, and it always like hits us. We'll be like, oh my God, the music plus everything else, it just gets us like super emotional. Yeah. But after that, I think we had a good day because we went to go eat with you guys. And then after that, I could tell he was like still off because the fact that he didn't want to go to his mom's house, he just wanted to stay home. I was like, he's not all like fully there, but it was nice. Like we celebrated him.
Yeah. Girl, your Instagram post, I'm sure everybody could agree.
Yeah.
I was literally like at my suegra's house in the restroom when I saw it. Like that picture of Brian. Oh my God, my heart, like,
yeah, it's like that picture. So that picture we had the funeral here, and
we
then
did have the funeral here.
The day after was his burial, and they let us actually. So Natalie's outlet, her sister, her baby unfortunately passed away as well the same month as my baby. And she had recommended to me. Well, she didn't recommend. She like suggested it.
You know, yeah.
She's like, you know, they let her have the baby overnight, something like that. Yeah. If it had not been for Natalie to tell me that, I didn't even think it would be possible. So I'm so grateful. Even her messaging me and me seeing that message, I was like, I was meant to see this, because like if I would have heard this after, I would have really regretted it. Like, why didn't he stay overnight? You know what I mean?
I feel like Natalie and her family, like they might not even realize, but they've been a big support system.
And so just like I want to bring them up, but like it's their story. I don't want to say a lot.
100%. I know what you mean.
So it gets a little complicated, but you know, her sister, she is someone that I look up to so much. And it's sad because you relate to certain people and you don't want to relate to them, but like I see her posts and I see the way she expresses herself.
You don't want to be sharing that pain because it's such a horrible pain.
Yeah.
But when you do know somebody else, someone that you know, that is going through a similar thing, you almost feel comfort that you're not alone.
That was really crazy because Natalie, she's a close friend, And I've never met her sister, but the fact that her sister went through the same thing in the same month
crazy.
Was just like really like it caught me off guard how it was
exactly a week
it
after,
hit like too close to home that it was like a very similar situation.
Insane.
So she was the one that reached out and told me about that they let their baby stay overnight. So I saw that literally I think the morning of or the day before the funeral. I think she messaged me and I told her I'm just really like going through it because I'm like dreading tomorrow because tomorrow's the funeral. I think that's what I told her. And she suggested that.
Yes.
So I asked,
well, it's like how we go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, just go ahead. I hate when I have a thought and I start talking and I'm like, let her finish. Go ahead, girl.
Okay.
So
we asked the people, I don't know what they're called. We asked the people that had him that were doing the services.
The funeral home people,
The funeral home people, we told them like if he could stay overnight, and they told us it wasn't a problem. So we did the funeral here at Karina's, and it's just like I feel like this home is it's like the go-to family home. It's like all our home in a way. Like I always call this home like home. So it was important for us to like do it somewhere, like because also we didn't know you could have funerals at homes.
Yeah,
I've only heard about it in like Mexico.
I remember I had Googled it. I was like, because I had suggested it. I was like, I feel like you would just feel so much more comfortable like in your house and like having to be able to like have him stay, you know.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's like he came home, which that to me meant so much. Because that's what I wanted. Like I wanted him to come home and he did. I know. And that morning, oh my God, that morning he slept over obviously, and that was the burial. And everybody was getting ready. Oh my God, I feel like I'm like it's triggering so much just talking about it.
Okay, we don't have.
But he was whatever. I stepped out of the restroom because I was getting ready, and Brian was just there with him, like having his moment. Like he was like praying and he just was having like his father and son moment. It was so beautiful, like so beautiful. And nobody else was in that room. It was just them two.
Because it was the morning.
Because it was the next morning. And I remember I didn't interrupt them. I just took a picture because it was such a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
And like, obviously months after I showed him the picture and he's so grateful I took that picture. But that picture alone just shows how much like an amazing father he is. It's crazy. Oh my God, I want to cry.
I know.
He's like, I had to tell him there's like multiple pictures like I've taken of him that like just like you could just tell like if a picture can like
picture speaks volumes.
That picture spoke volumes. 1,000 words. Yeah. And like he's just such a good dad. Like such a good dad. Like it's insane. And what happened?
Oh no. There's napkins.
Oh, thanks,
sorry,
girl.
I'm laughing because that's all we have right now.
We love.
I need to get some fucking real napkins, y'all. No, but I know what you mean. Like,
it was just it was a really beautiful moment.
You guys are amazing parents, Mayra.
And like Brian is an amazing dad. Like such an amazing dad. And I had to like remind him like, you're such a good dad. Like you're still a good dad. Like he is still such a good dad. Like I don't even have words. Like you could just tell.
Absolutely.
Like the way he speaks of him, the way he like,
the way you guys honor him. Like,
yeah, like he is such a good dad. And like the way he would like, even like the little like amount that we had with him, like he was such a good dad.
And incredible.
Like the way he would speak
like the times that I went to like visit, because you usually are not like, well, with the pandemic, like you weren't able to like visit, but they did let family visit, like, you know, like when they let us go. And Brian was always like reading in books, and like
he was super.
I feel like it was obviously such a hard time, even like the NICU, like that whole experience was so hard on you guys.
It's horrible.
And I feel like he was he tried to like, you know, he just kept positive and like read to him, like, because I could imagine as a mom, of course you're gonna be breaking down and it's so hard.
He was
and I feel like dad. Of course like Mayra had a lot of moments where, you know, where you were like distraught, like literally distraught. And in those moments, he would like, like, yeah, like he tried to like be positive, and he would like read to him and stuff, like so beautiful. He
Yeah,
was
like
always
I
reading
remember
to
there
him,
was like a good
singing
like
to him, everything. Like,
yeah, I like there was a moment like it was like I want to say towards like his last weeks where we would just like we were sleeping in the hospital like every day and we were exhausted, Karina, like
I know,
zombies,
I
right?
know.
Like maybe like a couple hours of sleep in like days, like something
Yep.
insane. And I remember like we would be sleeping right there on the chairs and like it was like 4 or 5
You guys wouldn't
a.m.
even go home and sleep.
No, it was like 4 or 5 a.m. and like I would wake up and Brian was like there like al pendiente like asking questions and I'm thinking like you are so tired but you want to make sure you know everything that they're giving him, like you want to like know everything if they're doing everything right, like he was so like
Yeah.
I'm
A
like
great
I know
advocate for him.
I'm like I don't even know how you're awake right now, like I was so like exhausted
Uh-huh.
and he was right there up there with like the nurses trying to help them and like he was such a good dad, he still is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
incredible.
those pictures don't even like speak of like how he is just, oh my god, like I tell him I'm like I can't wait to see how you're gonna be with like my other kids because I got to see a different side of him. Like I love him, obviously I loved him before that, but when you see your partner how they are with your children, like it will shock you. I'm sure he thinks the same thing way of me. You just see a different side of them that you didn't even know existed, you know?
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing parents.
I like that post you posted of my dad too. I was like, oh my god, why did I not post my dad?
Girl, it's fine. Like it
I
happens.
know.
Like once it happens because I was about to like post Raul and like I didn't even like I of course I like know it's Father's Day, like we celebrated my dad that day. Like the first thing I thought about was like, okay, Raul, like we're gonna take you out to eat, but like I gotta take my dad out to eat too, you know?
Yeah.
So like I did think
Yeah.
about my dad, but when I was gonna post too, I was so close to just posting pictures of like Raul, and then I was like, oh my god, wait, like my dad, you know?
Yeah.
But that's how it is, you know. It's like one of those things like, well, yeah, like once you become a parent, like, you know, and like say Mother's Day comes up and stuff or Father's Day, you want to celebrate, you know, like your spouse, and then you think you're like, oh wait, like my mom and dad, you know, like we have to
Yeah,
take them out
that's
to
so
eat and
bad.
stuff, but like it's normal, but
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
we obviously celebrated my dad that day, but
yeah,
it
definitely
happens, I guess.
But yeah, girl,
That was our Father's Day.
oh my god, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I told Brian, I'm like, I pray to God that next Mother's Day and Father's Day we have another child. So hopefully.
it's very possible,
It's very possible. So, you know,
very possible.
trying to stay positive.
You are trying.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Should we talk about the Ovasitol again, girl? Because
Okay,
let's
we
think
could go
about
back into
that
Volatile. I
shit.
mean, that was our week, Father's Day, and like, you know, and Volatile was something that Myra had like talked about because, you know, she is trying, and they gave you, okay, so you had obviously, you know, you talked to a doctor about, you actually spoke to my doctor that
He didn't recommend it. I told him I was taking it.
oh no, I mean like when it came to like start trying, right?
What about it?
I'm sorry.
Wait. Oh, you're talking about the Ovasitol?
Oh no, I'm talking about how, you know, you obviously had like a C-section and they told you had to wait to start trying.
He told me
So you talked to
so I went to Dr. Rad in was it November? It was like literally like right after my baby had passed because I really needed to talk to him. Obviously, like for me and Brian, I think everybody's different. Some people don't want to get pregnant right away. I feel like for me and Brian, like it sounds crazy, but a lot of people that have lost a child will tell you this, that you're so like desperate to feel that love again. And you have and
I know what you mean.
Yeah, because you're so used to something that was going to be that is not anymore. You know, and my baby is not replaceable whatsoever.
Never, yeah.
But
you want to feel
loved being pregnant. I just feel like I was robbed from my pregnancy. I was robbed from a lot of things.
100%. I know what you mean.
But now that time has passed, because clearly I'm still not pregnant, and now that time has passed, I have a realization of like, no, it's not your time, and you still need time to heal. Because if I had got pregnant right after losing him, that pregnancy, I wouldn't have been safe, girl, because the amount of stress I went through, like the amount of like, I was feeling all sorts of emotions. Like I wouldn't have been safe myself in that pregnancy. You know what I mean?
And they did tell you to wait a certain amount.
So yeah, we went like sometime in November. Was it like right after? I don't think it was right after. Or was it December?
I think it was December.
No, yeah, it was December.
It was around the holidays.
I was gonna say, I don't think we were even in that.
I think it was around the holidays when you started to like tell me like, yes. I think I'm gonna see your doctor to see if he can give me advice on. You were not necessarily like, I want to start trying right now.
I knew I couldn't start. I was going to say like, I knew I couldn't start trying right away.
You wanted advice and you wanted answers.
And then also I wanted to start preparing my body.
There you go. Because I remember you wanted to know because Dr. Rad is a specialist that he was my doctor when I was pregnant with Mia, and he's like a high risk doctor, and you wanted to ask him questions. He's a really respected doctor. Like he is so incredible, and you wanted to just ask him questions. You were kind of like seeking answers, like if there's anything that he thinks went wrong. He wanted him to look at your case.
I don't think it was like trying, because if I think about it, that was just a couple months after. I don't even think I was able to start trying. I just needed answers. But I feel like Dr. Rad, like in general, like we knew we wanted to start trying. Like I think I was told to start trying after 6 months of a C-section. I think when he was like with us, like I didn't think about it. I'm like, I'm gonna wait like freaking 2-3 years, however long, because I have a whole ass baby, you know. I mean, in general, I needed like to get a high risk doctor for when I decided to start planning. So that's when I contacted Dr. Rad. I was like, this is my plan. I want to get pregnant soon. They told me 18 months. He actually told me less than 6 months. He told me, he's like, I can't tell you yes that you could start trying. He's like, but he was basically telling me I could start trying in January, which was like 3 months after.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But he wasn't really telling me. I'm like, so you're telling me I could try? He's like, I can't tell you because you're not supposed to. He's like, but I'll tell you if you got pregnant in January, I will do everything possible for that pregnancy to be safe. So he was basically telling me like,
I love Dr. Rad.
And I remember telling him, I'm like, well, I ovulate December, like towards the end of December. Should I get pregnant then? He's like, no, start till January. But he didn't like say it, but like he also did. Like he told me like if I was at least going to like do it like after January. But he was also very like, I'm not telling you to because I can't. I'm a doctor. Yeah. But if you are, you know, make sure it's after January, and Dr. from there I'll figure it out.
Isn't he like so like when he's how the way he talks and everything?
Yeah,
just
he's
like,
amazing.
He's so
and
supportive.
you know what's crazy? I remember I left his office, and I remember I told him like, I really, really wish I would have had you for my first pregnancy. And he was like,
nobody knows what's going.
And he told me, he's like, you know, sometimes some things happen for a reason. He told me that, and it stuck with me. I'm like, for you, a doctor, to say that, to acknowledge that, like, maybe I had to go through this.
That's what I was gonna say,
like,
Mayra.
For me, it was
people,
like, wow.
This is the thing. Pregnancy should come naturally to people. Like, that's how you see it, you know, like there shouldn't be issues. Like, you get pregnant, like, you know, we don't know, like pregnancy for most people, like, you know, you get pregnant. It was my first pregnancy. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, our only concern ever was you having a miscarriage, because I had miscarriages
and I didn't have. That was my first pregnancy.
Yeah, I remember. I was like worried for you in the beginning because I had a lot of miscarriages, and I was like, I really hope like that doesn't happen. Once you got past that like safe zone, we never ever questioned prematurity. Like, we didn't,
because my mom hasn't like.
My mom didn't have like my mom. She had miscarriages a lot. She had a lot of miscarriages as well. We did not like prematurity was not like in our like we hadn't seen it. So once you pass like that safe 13-week mark, it was not even in question like at all.
It's so crazy.
So the only reason I saw Dr. Rad is because I had several miscarriages and I was like, what the hell's going on? And I did my own research and they had told me like, like regular OBs, like they're just going to tell you to keep trying and stuff. And I was like, I'm going to have another miscarriage if I don't seek help. So that's why I seeked him. But like, we don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like all we knew was miscarriages. Like we don't know, like we had no idea that was coming at all. Like also like pregnancy, it should
I don't get
most of the times like people get pregnant, sometimes they don't even see their OB until they're like 4 months pregnant.
Yeah, I didn't see like from the last time I had seen my OB to like when I went into labor, it was a while, and I have a lot of guilt of that. But I was also very like you didn't super know that cautious. Was gonna happen, I had like a blood pressure machine. I was constantly checking my blood pressure. Always checking I had everything. Like I was checking like the little sugar thing to check my sugar. I was always like checking. I was even like terrified of taking like Tylenol, bitch, if my head was hurting. Like you don't and that's like that safe, So sometimes like when I put myself down that I didn't go enough to the doctors, I'm like, no, like I was. But you shouldn't have to worry about that when you're pregnant. You shouldn't even have to worry about that. But and that's a sad fucking reality. That when someone gets pregnant, you don't know what's going to happen. And it's so sad because you don't learn it until like, it's so fucked up because when you first get pregnant, it's such an innocent like thing. Like you're so happy, Oh my God, I'm sorry. Especially that first pregnancy. It's so, like how you said that you feel robbed from your pregnancy 100%. Yeah.
And literally like, why would anybody who just got pregnant, why would they have to worry so much about like, should I see a specialist? Should I see this? Should I see this? Like, you don't, because it should be smooth sailing. And it's so sad because like you have to go through those things to know. Like it's so fucked up, but you have to go through that to know like, okay, maybe I should seek a specialist next time.
It's fucking terrible.
Like I literally like went through it like 3+ times, like for me and to
like,
be like,
I remember Karina would like suggest him, and I was like, but my pregnancy is going so fine.
No, and like I didn't even like, and it was necessarily suggested because
no, but she was like more like, oh, he's a really good doctor, like, yeah. But once we got off that phase, like the 13-week, like I feel like we were having very, like
such a complication-free pregnancy, like
yeah,
like I literally like got diabetes immediately when I got pregnant. Like it was like I was high risk immediately. So I had to, and then with like knowing that I had miscarried in the past, like I had to get a specialist. Like, there was nothing out of the ordinary in your pregnancy that like alarmed any of us. Mm-hmm. None of us expected that at all.
Yeah. So Dr. Rad, he is supposed to go through my medical records. I just haven't, like, I hate like logging in to look at my medical records, so I still haven't sent it to him. But like I'm sure like the day I find out I'm pregnant, immediately sending it to him.
He's so amazing, Mayra. Like
he's amazing.
I love him. He will see you.
I have so many questions though. Like I'm like, what did I have? I'm like, did I have gestational diabetes and I didn't know?
No,
but
you didn't. You would check your sugars.
It came out of my sugars, my blood pressure. I checked it every single day because I had really bad headaches, and like I would get swollen, and people would tell me like, you need to check your blood pressure. I'm like, my blood pressure looks fine. Like I don't know what.
Blood pressure was fine, but you were like super like,
I don't know what the fuck was going on. I mean, there had to be a reason. Also, like I went through so much like stress that week. Like so I don't know what the reason was, but and I beat myself about it all the time. But
sometimes now there's not even a reason. Sometimes things just happen spontaneously and it's so fucking like horrible. But, now, and it's so horrible that we have to go through things to like, like how you said, are you going to see him next time? But because of now, what happened like that time,
it's horrible.
There's a chance it won't happen again. But knowing now, like how you are going to like, go to him. Yeah,
knowing now that he's going to check me like every other day. Like
he used to see me every week.
If I were to start going into labor, like even if I were to have a premature child again, he could prolong that labor instead of going in there fully fucking dilated. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but I started taking Ovasitol because, look, I have not still gone to get myself diagnosed. I know I have PCOS, period, bitch.
Yeah.
Period.
And people do ask me a lot about like Dr. Rad and stuff. And I just want to like touch base on him real quick. He is like, if you are like in the LA area and stuff, Dr. Rad, Steve Rad in Los Angeles, he's incredible.
He's really incredible.
It's really good.
But yeah, I'm still not diagnosed with it, but like insulin resistance, like I have it.
Hold on. What are you talking about?
PCOS? I think I have it because like even like in my chin, like I get like dark, like a little dark, like, and it's like dry. I'm like dark spots. I'm like, that's an insulin resistance.
Yeah.
What are other symptoms?
A dark neck.
You know, yes. Or like, you know, like how I was telling you guys last time, how like I have like a random hair on my chin. And it's like one random hair that comes out. And I do have noticed, like when I search PCOS, there's people that actually get like a full on like beard. I don't have that. I have like one hair. So I have more than certain symptoms. Like, or the last time we spoke about PCOS on the podcast, people were saying like, yeah, I haven't got my period in months or like years. I'm like, oh shit. Like there's different types of PCOS because I still get my period monthly. Types. It'll just come late.
Well, that's the thing. We haven't been diagnosed with it, but let me tell you something, girl.
Yeah.
Did I bring up modern fertility already? I did, huh? Oh yeah, I did.
I think you told me.
I took a modern fertility test, which is like, this is not sponsored, but like I would dead ass I did work with them, and I would actually genuinely suggest it. It's basically a hormone. It tests hormones that you would be tested at a fertility clinic. Except you're buying this for like $199. I know this sounds like a freaking sponsor. It's not. Mm-hmm. You're buying this on Modern Fertility. It's a hormone test, and they're testing the exact same hormones, except you're taking it at home, like with a prick, and you get your results. So you will get the same answers.
You test like after clinic. Your period, no?
You test on day 3 of your period. I took the test, and I was flabbergasted with my results. I don't know what the fuck I was expecting, but I did have a lot of questions. You know, like when they reached out to work with me, I was like, oh my God, this is like perfect. And I did tell them about you, and I had asked about getting a test. I don't know, like I haven't heard back, but I need to check in on that because I really want to get you that test. I think you should take it.
I need to.
So, you know, I was like, okay, let me just take this test. It tests different things. It tests like your thyroid. It tests different hormones. It tests your ovarian reserves, which means how many eggs are in your ovaries. Mm-hmm. So I got my results back. Everything was normal, but one thing. So my thyroid is normal.
Oh, that's good.
Overall reproductive health, normal. There's one thing that was slightly low, and that is my ovarian reserves. So that means I was like, what the fuck? I freaked out. Bitch, I should ruin my day. When I opened those results, I was like, I know I wanted answers, girl, but what? So I started reading on it. I have less eggs than the typical person my age. So it also means that like that I will likely go into menopause sooner than like the regular age. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I was flabbergasted.
And we're twins, bitch. I'm probably the same.
And I should probably get my eggs freezed. I was like, oh shit. Okay, so this was never something I thought about at all.
It's good to know though, Karina.
It's good to know because you know what? Because I also read on there, and this is why I want you to take your test like ASAP, because it also said, and I'm clinging onto that, it said, but don't be discouraged, somewhere along the lines, you're 28 years old, your eggs are likely still good quality. Mm-hmm. You're 28. And it basically like suggested that I should get my eggs frozen. I should freeze my eggs because I'm still young, and this is probably the age that I should do it. What I took away from my results was like after 30, my eggs are gonna fucking decline because they're already declining faster than they should because I have less eggs than people my age. So what I took from that was like, I think I need to fucking freeze my eggs. And I never, ever have thought about that, ever. Because like, I thought I was like, I'm sure I won't have kids past like 35. But like, to know that my reserves are lower than like the person my age, that means that like what age is my ovarian reserves at? Mm-hmm. Like, do I have like the age of like someone in the 30s? Like,
do you have PCOS or?
And I was gonna get there too. So it also said that that your ovarian reserve levels also tie into PCOS. that sometimes it could indicate PCOS. And I was like,
yeah,
let me find out I have PCOS.
There's different types of PCOS. There's people like how I said in the podcast, we're commenting like, you know, I have a full mustache beard. And like if you search PCOS, there's people that have beard. I'm like, oh shit, I do not have like an ounce of beard.
I have a few only.
Like I have like 1 or 2 hairs like on my chin that are like on the jawline. Like one hair, but it's not like thick. It's a very thin hair that I can like grab and like it takes weeks for it to grow back out. But I think there's like levels obviously to it, or like how people go years or months without their period. Like we still get our periods monthly,
and it was
even though it's like late.
Everybody has different levels of everything. Different. You know why? Because even like my result was telling me that it's likely that I probably skipped some periods. And I was like, I actually get my period every month. I might get it like a week late, but I always get my period. I'm definitely irregular, but I will get it every month, whether that's 30 days, whether that's 40 days. Like I will get it,
like my cycle will be long, but I will still get my period, even if it's like 2 weeks late, but I'll still get it.
That's how I am too. So I was like, I don't really skip him like that. But again, everyone has like different, whatever, like levels of it. There's different levels too, I guess, how severe things are. But I was just like, what the fuck, I think
getting a period, no matter how late it is monthly, Karina, it's still a blessing.
It is a huge blessing. And then I was reading on like, I went into like a deep dive into like low ovarian reserves. Luckily, it's not like dangerously low, but it is like lower than it should be. And I was reading how like when you have that, like you're more prone to miscarriages and stuff. And I was like, wait. God. I was like, what? Like I feel like that test alone like answered so much for me. I was like, is this why I had miscarriages? Was Mia just like a good quality egg? Mm-hmm. I was fucking shook. So now I'm going to take those reports and I'm going to take them to Dr. Rad. I'm going to tell him, I don't know. I think eventually like, I was actually thinking in my head, I'm like, hopefully, like, like if like Mara starts seeing him soon, like if you get pregnant soon, like I'll probably just go and like just bring it up to him or something, And I would just bring it up to him.
We got pregnant together,
girl. See, that's where my struggle is at right now, because when I showed Raul the results, he's like, I think we should have another kid before you're 30, and he was saying that I think we should have another kid soon, and I'm like, this is a thing. Like, thank God for technology, like where I could freeze my eggs, because I think that's. I would likely,
and not a lot of people can do that.
I know. And we're so blessed. And I think about it and I'm like, I'm so like blessed to even be able to freeze my eggs, And I think about it and I'm like, I can't have another kid right now. I'm not in a rush at all to have another kid right now. I'm not. And if it were up to me, like I would wait a few years. So I'm like, so now I feel like my reproductive clock is ticking fucking quick, it's ticking. And now like that has been on the back of my mind. Like I really do want to have more kids in the future. Not right now, but I do want more kids. So either I freeze my eggs or I have another kid, and I don't want to have another kid right now. Mm-hmm. So I think I am going to freeze my eggs. So crazy. I never thought about it, Myra. Like I think I'm dead. I was going to freeze my eggs like this year.
I've thought about it.
Year. Like I got to do it soon.
I told Brian, I'm like, we're going to be 29 next year. If I do not get pregnant before my 30s, I'm freezing my eggs and probably going to do IVF.
I'm freezing. Yeah, girl, you know what? Like, we're in a world right now where science has evolved and like there's a lot of help out there. Like, I think we should freeze our eggs, dude. Mm-hmm. We're 28. We still feel young and thriving.
Yeah.
Reproductive wise though, after your 30s, it goes down.
Yeah. And then like in general, now that I'm taking Ovasitol, I'm like, I had like the past couple weeks I've been eating like so weird, like bad, because we've been so busy at the warehouse, like packing y'all's orders, which we're so blessed.
Thank you guys.
But every day we're there from like the minute we wake up, we go there and we'll literally leave like at 2 a.m. Like fucking crazy, right? And every meal we're like eating out, bitch. We've been like so into the McDonald's fucking cookies, girl.
Right now that you mentioned how Ovasitol like increases egg quality and all that, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna start taking that right now. Please. Because like with having a low ovarian reserves, it usually means like the egg quality is like not the best and like stuff like that. So I'm like, just fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, I've heard crazy reviews on that, but yeah, like My diet has been like up and down, bitch. I was telling them about the cookies that we found from McDonald's. They're
Okay,
so fucking good.
you know, since we started working at the warehouse,
bitch, those
So-
cookies, mama.
at the warehouse, like, you know, you sometimes we take lunch. We started recently taking like lunch, huh? Like my mom made mole
Yeah.
the other day, so we took mole. The other day I took myself some noodles, bitch. Some ramen noodles.
Well, yesterday I took the meal preps.
Yeah. Oh, you started meal prepping too, bitch. That is iconic.
That's another topic.
You started meal prepping again. But like now someone's making them, huh? I actually hit her up
bitch, I
recently.
couldn't. Oh, you did?
I was like, girl, I'm gonna need some meal preps.
What'd she
But
say?
I told her, I was like, oh, you made some meal preps for my sister. Like, can I order some too? You know, because I'm like, I am eating like a fucking pig.
Meal prep mama. That's
And
her
it's
username.
yeah, meal prep mama. Shout out to meal prep mama.
I love the name.
I'm like fucking queen. When you tagged her the other day, like meal prep mama, I thought you had typed out just like meal prep mama, but like it was actually like her at.
That's her at.
Cause like that's something you would actually put, you know, like meal prep mama. But
That's funny.
yeah, like we've been at the warehouse every day, and like, you know, we don't always have time to like take lunch. So and they for some reason, like there's so many restaurants around us, huh?
Yeah.
Like there's so much good food and
No, but
McDonald's.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Rose niece ordered fucking McDonald's cookies.
They literally, it's
Those
$5.
bitches are fresh out of the oven.
Yes.
I was impressed with McDonald's.
It's $5, you guys, and it's a fucking like whole bucket of fucking cookies.
You guys need to like
13 cookies.
I
to be
never
exact.
get like creative with a menu at McDonald's. I'm only getting McNuggets or like
I never get
McDoubles.
creative either.
I'm not gonna try to order anything off the menu, bitch. But y'all need to try the cookies.
The cookies, bitch. Literally, it's a whole pack of 13 cookies for $5 fucking bucks.
No, and when I
bitch.
tell you, bitch, I know those bitches are not microwaved. I know the difference from being in the oven and being microwaved. Those bitches are fresh out of the oven.
They're so delicious, dude.
They're so good.
So she
So,
got
bitch,
those.
we've been doing a lot. Fucking eating McDonald's, and we've been getting a lot of Wingstop too.
Because Wingstop is like 2 minutes
Like
away. Yeah.
literally 2 minutes. Bitch, we're like where
You know
all the
what?
food's at.
Yeah,
That's a
we're in an
problem.
area where it's like in downtown, and like the food is like there's food everywhere. Like the options for Instacart and like DoorDash,
Yeah.
it's like unlimited, bitch.
No,
So
it's
we've been
funny
going
because we're
crazy.
either like eating like everything, or we're so fucking busy we're not eating at all. It's
know,
a
dude.
shit show. So that's why I hit up Meal Prep Mama. I was like, girl, I need to get my life together.
I need to like, I hit her up the other day. I need to like,
You're
really
gonna
get on
love
it.
her meals, Karina.
I'm excited because,
But yeah, like speaking of fertility, like I feel like it plays a huge role. Like, you know,
Yeah.
if you're eating right, taking care of yourself. And I'm like,
I think
bitch,
that's what we need to do.
I need to get my
Maya.
shit together. I'm like, I'm gonna start taking a Volatile. And I told Brian, I'm like, I need to. The working out, I'm still trying to figure out if I can go back
It's
to
like
working
how we
out 'cause
mentioned.
we're so busy, but you gotta make fucking time. Period.
Girl, yeah, like it's like how we mentioned, like I feel like weight loss is gonna be huge to like for fertility.
Yes.
I had literally like I know I had lost weight, but I'm really gaining that shit back, y'all. But I really gotta get back on it. When I had like considered, remember I told y'all how I had considered like doing the sleeve, and the doctor straight up told me like, you know, if you do this, if you do the sleeve, I'm gonna need you to get on birth control because like you are gonna become very fertile. I see it all the time. Women who can't get pregnant fast that get pregnant immediately after they lose weight. He's like, I see it all the time, and I would need you to get on birth control because I don't want you getting pregnant within a year because of the nutrients. You know, like at first you're only eating a little bit, whatever, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. That's a whole other topic where I do want to get the sleeve. I know some people are like, you shouldn't, or
well,
like you need to qualify.
Not to cut you off, but even
so sorry.
Ovasitol, because it helps with your hormones. Believe it or not, having PCOS also, you know, it's a struggle to lose a weight. Like I was fucking working my ass off every single day for a fucking month, eating right. I did not see that fucking scale drop.
Yeah.
I gained like 2 pounds, Karina. I get it. I get it. Like certain days I'm eating bad. Like I have my moments where I'm picking the fuck out. I'm here. I'm this
That's
big for a
me
fucking
right
reason.
now.
I get it.
Oh my God.
But like when you change your life around and you're still not seeing change, you're like, what the fuck is going on? And if you search it, PCOS, even having insulin resistance, all that, it makes it that much more difficult to lose weight. Especially like there's certain workouts. You have to work out a certain way if you have PCOS. Because it won't, if anything, will make you gain weight. So that Ovasitol, it helps with like,
You know what?
weight
Maybe I
loss.
should try.
I mean, if you're
Ovasitol.
like,
no, maybe I
trying
should
to do
try
it right.
Ovasitol first, and then if it doesn't work out, then I could like look at. I feel like I hate like bringing up the sleeve thing because I get a lot of mixed people like saying like some people will be like you're not gonna qualify, and I'm like actually the doctor like he's here in the U.S. and I talked to
maybe
him.
like when
He
you
knows
had
my
not
rate.
lost weight, but like when I see you right now, I'm like,
No, and I get that.
yeah,
Like,
how the fuck are you gonna look if you got
no,
the
no, no,
sleeve?
no, no. This is the thing, and like this is
'Cause
like
you've
a
lost so
huge.
much weight.
I know it's like it could be controversial and stuff because people are probably like, you had like lost weight. Like, why are you gonna just like jump in and do the sleeve? I had spoke to this doctor before I lost weight, and I 100% like I qualified. I was literally like zero point 0.5 away from like morbidly obese, like dead ass. And this is like 40 plus pounds ago when I was like bigger, and I for sure qualified. And he actually like he was like, yeah, like you qualify and everything. And then obviously like I lost 40 pounds on my own, and I talked to him recently, and he's like, you still qualify. Like I know what your BMI was. Like when you talked to me, when you spoke to me, I know what your BMI was. So I still qualify. I'm not just like disqualified all of a sudden.
No, yeah, I'm sure we qualify, but it's just like,
yeah, but he did tell me that he's very honest. He's a great doctor, and he did say, like, you are likely gonna gain your weight back. That your metabolic state, I think, when you hit a certain like number, your body always tries to go back to it, and it is really hard. It's like a yo-yo. Like your weight is like a yo-yo. You lose it, you gain it. You lose it, you gain it, and that has been me my entire fucking life. Mm-hmm. And when I come on here and say like, I think I want to do the sleeve, guys, I'm not saying like, like I don't know, like I'm not saying
I
like,
think because
oh my
I
God,
have
let
done
me
so
know,
much research on hormonal imbalance. I think you should try to
I want to try
regulate
that.
your hormones first. It's like how people that all of a sudden start taking birth control, they gain weight, but like maybe they had regular hormone balance and now it's irregular.
I'm gonna try Evoxetil first. I'll try that.
Just because I don't know, like I feel like maybe because you've lost weight. I mean, who knows?
I'm
Other the
gaining it back.
doctors telling
so
you
here
that.
I go, right? I'm gaining it back. So here I go. I'm in the fucking yo-yo effect I've been in my whole fucking life. People would tell me like, you're not gonna qualify. You're this and that. Like you just lost this weight. And here I am as a fucking yo-yo, like living it every other year where I'm a yo-yo. And like I've spoken to the doctor and everything. Like he 100% says that I qualify and everything. So it's hard. I guess when I come on here online and like mention it, I'm not like seeking like validation, I guess. I'm just kind of saying like, guys, I think I'm going to do it, like I'm just opening up and being honest about it. Like I'm not saying like, what do you guys think? Like should I not?
No,
like,
that's true. I think
being honest and like
if you feel in your heart that you should do it,
I might not have the balls to do it soon, but I feel like it might happen this year. And it's just like, I don't know, y'all.
No, I get it.
I know, but
yeah, I get it.
It is what it is. But I'm gonna try the Evoxetil. I'm gonna really try it because right now that you're mentioning everything about that, I'm like, I think that could really benefit us. I'm gonna really get on it, girl.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm meal prepping again. I'm trying to stay positive.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start the meal prep and do Evoxetil together. And let's see where that goes. I just feel like I've lost full motivation and I hate it because I want to find it so bad. I feel like when you're in the zone and you're like losing weight and you're like in the zone, like you're doing good. And then all of a sudden you get off track and it's so hard to get back on track. And I'm fully off track, cannot get back on track.
I feel like even if you're like off the zone, as long as you know that there's like still that goal you want to reach, like there's still hope. That's how I see it.
The hope is always there, mama.
I know.
The hope has always been there.
Honestly, I know it's fucking hard because if it was like, I know, like
so hard,
it's hard because I'm getting bigger by the minute. I'm
literally watching the scale like go up a couple pounds every now and then, and I'm like, I was doing so good.
Yeah.
The fuck am I doing? Like it, it's just one of those things. Like it's like, oh my gosh, like the fact that we have control of our own eating and stuff, and like still, it's
and
so
just
hard.
Like so just like I think about it, I'm like, fuck, the people that are like, healthy, going to the gym, staying fit, like they are also like their willpower, like, maybe if they were eating like really bad too and like not working out, like they'd be gaining weight too.
Yeah, it's just
so it's like, I mean, some people are fucking blessed where they eat anything and they're still skinny, period. But So sometimes it's sacrificing shit, but I don't know when the fuck it's gonna come, girl, because shit's a fucking struggle, mama.
No, because I dead ass be thinking, Myra, like, I dead ass be thinking, like, I'm 28.
Mm-hmm.
20s, bitch? Aren't you supposed to be thriving in your 20s, mama?
I think about that shit, girl.
I mean, we might be, like, thriving in other ways, girl, but, like, I'm like, the fact that I'm gonna look back and be like,
but
in
like
my 20s,
you
a
sound
fucking
crazy,
ogre.
Karina. You're not like how
Myra.
you think you are.
Myra, I know, Myra, but, like,
I get it. No, I'm not.
we have to
I'm
be
not saying
realistic here.
like not.
I'm just
judging
being realistic.
your. I'm not judging your decisions. I'm saying like how like you in your 20s. Like yes, we're overweight, right? But like if I see you like walking around, I'm not thinking like damn that bitch is huge. I'm not thinking that.
But 40 pounds ago, 100%. Like,
yeah,
bitch
but that's
is
what
big
I'm saying.
as fuck.
Like sometimes we see ourselves, and I get it. Like I get it. We're not fucking skinny. But like also in the process of losing weight, you gotta love yourself too, bitch. You can't
100%.
think you're like a fucking
no, I
walking
do love
blob,
myself,
girl.
Myra. I do. But I
know.
I also feel like
Hold on, this is the way you said it. I do love myself.
no, I do love myself.
I'm not saying that.
I know.
I'm saying like I feel like yes, it's like
Can we just take a look at my entire YouTube career? I'm a fucking yo-yo. There's times where I'm feeling good. There's times where I blow the fuck up, and I'm a yo-yo, Myra. Like I'm a yo-yo, and like
yeah.
I know myself already. I'm a yo-yo when it comes to my weight. Like it's literally a fucking cycle. Like, and it's not even about like whenever I say I'm fat online, I'll make jokes about it. It's not even to have people, because then people will be like, no, like don't worry about that. You're beautiful the size you are. I'm like, okay, like thank you so much. I'm not saying I'm a fucking ugly ass blob. Like I'm not saying I'm like ugly and disgusting by saying I'm fat. It's just a fact that I'm fat. And like I'm not seeking like validation when I say things like that. Like I don't think I need to be a certain size to like love myself. Of course I love myself. I do love my curves. As funny and cringy as cringy as it is. Like sometimes I'm like I do love this meat,
Like
mama.
you still feel yourself.
Of course, yes. But I also do think like deeper than that.
No,
I think
yeah.
about it like I've been pre-diabetic for I don't know how fucking long.
Yeah.
Ever since we were kids, we had insulin resistance, bitch. Like the next time I get pregnant again and I have another kid, I don't want to like worry about diabetes again. I don't want to be worried about like, oh my God, I have like a little pain right here. Like, what is that? Like,
Oh,
it's a
I fucking
freaking,
hate
do I have
that.
heart issues? Like, I don't want to be worried about my health. It's so much deeper than the image too. Like,
Oh, 100%.
like for God's sake, like I don't even know if I'm diabetic or not. Like after I had Mia, I was fine with my sugars, but like there is times where I'm like, oh, I feel a little funny today. Like, am I tripping? Like, am I fucking diabetic? Like, I think there's so much more.
There is.
To,
I
like,
think
the
like
image.
health comes first before your image.
Like when I come on here and complain that I'm fat and like that I want to make changes, I'm not seeking like validation. Like, oh, but you're beautiful, but this and that.
Oh
A
no,
lot
yeah.
of it is deeper than that.
No, yeah. I feel like I'm
You know what I mean?
I'm
Like-
all for what you
Like
want
I
to
know
do.
this cycle. Like I've
No,
been
yeah.
living this cycle my whole fucking life.
Yeah.
I need to break it. You know, like I don't know. It's so hard. It's a fucking struggle. Because if it were easy, we'd all be skinny, bitch.
Yeah. And I was gonna say that like it's very easy to be like, yeah, like it's just everybody has a journey and whatever works for you, you know.
It's hard though. I know what you mean.
It's hard.
I'm gonna do the, because I know you said the meal preps were really good and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try the meal preps and the Vasotol.
But yeah. What was I gonna say?
I'm sorry. I've been talking so fucking much, huh?
No, you're fine.
I'm sorry. Do you have anything to say, girl? I'm just like rambling.
No, but I
Somebody
mean, honestly,
shut up.
whatever helps you out. Like Luis has been doing amazing with this sleeve. If you want to get the sleeve, go the fuck off.
And Luis
I
tells
think
me,
for me,
"Do it,
because like you
Karina."
lost all this weight, and I'm like, you look incredible. But like, I get it. I know what you mean,
It
girl.
was fucking hard, bitch.
Like I know what you mean. That's what I'm trying
hard
to
to
say.
lose
Like
that
I'm not
weight.
discouraging you. Like of course, like I'm like Luis. He looks amazing.
I
I'm
do
just
wanna
like
say-
because you've lost so much weight.
I
but
have lost.
obviously,
Okay,
you know.
I had lost 40, right? I can guarantee that I already gained like 10 back. Last time I checked, I had gained 6 pounds. I'm probably 10 plus more that I gained back. 40 pounds just sound like a lot. It is a great accomplishment.
Yeah.
For someone who's 5'7" and as big as I started, it's only the beginning point.
Yeah. I guess what I'm trying to say is like I don't know if I'm just really hopeful like, or if I'm just fucking delusional.
No. I know what you mean.
When it comes to
You're
weight
trying
loss.
to stay positive, girl. That's
Yeah.
nice too. I don't want you to sit
Like-
here like, yeah, you fucking fat bitch.
No,
Get
no,
out-
no, yeah.
Of course not. You're trying to be
I
positive.
feel like
yeah.
I'm very like I see so many people, you know, do
I
all
get
these
it.
transformations and whatever way it is, like Louis getting the sleeve, amazing. Like whatever way like helps you.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. And I did have this conversation with a doctor as well. Like, he did tell me, like, since you lost 40 pounds, he's like, you're only going to lose another 40 to 50, which might sound like a lot, but I'm tall. I'm literally 5'7", y'all. Like, I'm a tall, she's a big bitch. Big bitch energy. What's up, man? But, like, I'm naturally, like, I'm just bigger in general. And, like, another 40 pounds might seem drastic, but 40 pounds, that would just be like putting me at like my regular BMI. He told me, he's like, you're not going to lose 100 pounds. You're not. If you lost 40 already, you're not going to.
You want to lose 100 pounds?
No.
Oh, I was like,
I asked how much weight could I
lose?
lose.
I was like, you cannot lose 100 pounds, girl.
Absolutely. No, I asked, I was like, how much like do you lose with that, you know? And he told me, he's like, you're not going to lose. He's like, it depends on like what you're starting at. He's like, you lost 40 pounds. You're probably going to lose another 40.
Yeah.
40 to 50. I might even lose less. I might lose 30. Like, you know, the point is, your body's only going to lose what it needs to lose.
Yeah, because if you lost 40 pounds right now, I feel like you'd be like perfect. Like,
I'd probably be like at a normal BMI or whatever. Like,
we're big, but to lose 100 pounds, bitch, like that's a lot of fucking weight. Like, okay, like
even
we're big, but like I don't think losing 100 pounds.
Even if I lost 40 more pounds, I wouldn't technically be sticks. Like 40 pounds.
Oh, I mean 100 pounds.
Yeah, of course. Like, he's like, you're not gonna lose that. Oh, because your body can lose it. You're only gonna lose what else you have left to lose.
Well, your body has.
You know what I mean? Like that whatever. It's a lot.
It's a lot of. I don't know what the fuck we talked about in this episode. Fertility, weight loss. What's up? But ladies, let us know what you do. What helps you like with your journey of like fertility, or if there's anyone out there struggling.
I feel like when it comes to fertility and weight, we can go on for hours.
Yeah, but before we end this episode, I do want you guys to do your research on Ovacetil because the reviews are like insane. Yeah. People that haven't got their period in years, within like a week of taking it, get their period, get pregnant that month. It's really insane. Mm-hmm. But do your research. Obviously, ask your doctor first. Do your research, but please look into it if you have been struggling. Because I've heard literally like they say it's like a miracle in a bottle. But
wow. Yeah. I'm excited to try it.
But we hope you guys enjoyed episode 14. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And like always, we will see y'all in the next one.
We love y'all.
Bye.